Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. My name is Matt Kodrowski. Alongside me for this afternoon's broadcast is Chloe Spraglin. And Chloe, it's senior day for Piedmont women's basketball. They host the visiting Berea College Mountaineers. And the Mountaineers, they come in as a daunting foe for the Lions. 22-2 on the year, undefeated in conference, and it's the last home game of the regular season for the Lady Lions. A chance for the seniors to ride out as victors.
This game has so much on the line. Just snapped a 4-game lose streak 2 days ago against Maryville College. Now it's a senior lineup for the Lions as we look to celebrate our seniors, but the Lions also look to get a little bit of revenge because in 9 days' time it is the championship game. And last season, these two opponents, may I say, met in the championship, and Berea came out the victors. Lots of these seniors were here for that game, and they want revenge. But we'll bring you the starting lineups. I will begin with the visiting Berea College Mountaineers. Number 44, Linkayla James. Number 3, Ataya Moss. Number 4, Dalen Spalding. Number 10, Jaden Merriweather. And number 12, Drea Satori.
And then out there for your Lady Lions, it's the senior lineup. Number 40, Destiny Dietz. Number 0, Lakin Stiles. Number 3, Lou Woolfolk. Number 11, Ashley Scott. And number 12, Bentley Chronic, as the teams take to the hardwood. Berea wearing their all-black uniforms with blue numbers. So that'll be fun for us. And then for the Lions, wearing the classic white with green numbers.
And it is almost time for tip-off. It'll be Destiny Dietz versus Linkayla James. And here we go. It goes in favor of the Lions. Lakin Stiles will recover the ball. Over to Bentley Chronic for an immediate 3 off the glass, and it will be taken by Drea Satori. The trio of Satori, Merriweather, and James might as well be Bosch, James, and Wade when it comes to the Collegiate Conference of the South. Those 3 are incredible. As we saw, a great tip away by Destiny Dietz. It's now Lou Woolfolk, who is only 3 assists away from 300 assists in her Piedmont career. That would put her tied 4th all time. She currently sits at 5th. Now it is Woolfolk outside the arc. She doesn't go for 3 often. Actually hasn't gone for 3 once this season. Just trying to make something happen with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Now it's Stiles, who can go for 3, rather decides to cut inside. Bentley Chronic now. Woolfolk, 4 seconds, 3 seconds on the shot clock. The 3-point attempt goes up again, and it's airballed, and it will go to Berea on the far sideline.
It was interesting. We didn't hear the buzzer for the shot clock violation go off there, but a great heads-up play by the referee to keep up with that shot clock.
So now it's Drea Satori. Satori, who is first place in the Collegiate Conference of the South in terms of assists. Now it is Moss, who drove all the way down. Still no points in this game, but it's taken by Ashley Scott, one of the seniors actually who came back for a 5th year after that heartbreaking loss last year in the final. Her, as well as Colby Reed, who didn't get to start today, both said that they wanted to come back specifically because of the heartbreaking loss that they took against this team. Here's Satori once again. Now Moss, the freshman, has started every single game this year. To the other side, now inside Linkayla James. The strong James goes up, but it's called a foul against Destiny Dietz.
That's a great defensive play there by Dietz. How do you stop a force like that? Draw the fouls, draw the contact, let them take themselves out of the game. Smart play by Dietz.
That's the first team foul and first foul on Linkayla James. Now, can the Lions create something on offense? It's Scott outside the arc. Can go for 3, but good defense by Spalding. Now inside to Bentley Chronic. Hasn't had too many minutes this season, but can make the most of her minutes now. A 2-point shot by Destiny Dietz, and she gets past Linkayla James. It's Spalding to inbound. Satori with the ball now. High court press from the Lions. But Satori will take her time. And a horrible ball given away, and a 2-point shot up off the rim and rebounded, it looks like by Spalding, but now a jump ball. And it will be Berea to recover.
That was a great heads-up defensive play by Styles to pick off that pass. We've seen a couple of picked-off passes already early on in this game, so you should expect the Lions to continue trying to clog those passing lanes.
Berea having a little bit of a slow start in this game. It's been a good play, or just a good draw by head coach Jamie Purdy, entering her 19th season as head coach, trying to get back to the Collegiate Conference of the South Championship and win for the first time since the 2019 season. Tipped up by Chronic, but not enough. Still finds its way to Satori. Up over to Linkayla James, tries to go for the tie ball game, but instead just tips it out of bounds. Now, the Lions really needing to get a little bit more steam rolling offensively to try and make something happen for them.
Yes, agreed, but defensively they're looking strong so far. No points so far, holding off a very high-powered offense.
A great opportunity. Goes to steal the ball by Spalding, goes awry, and now it's Ashley Scott on the far side of the court. 15 seconds on the shot clock. She's been looking to go for that three-point shot, but hasn't quite had the space for it just yet. Now Destiny Dietz was at the line, instead goes up, and she gets the second.
What an amazing shot by Dietz. High shot over the top of James, and it goes in.
Seeing no panic so far from the head coach of Berea, Trent Milby, in his 10th season. Only 4-0 to score with about 4.5 minutes played as Linkayla James now gives it over to Satori. Now Merriweather for three. One of the worst air balls you'll see all season. Now Styles, as the Cave Crazy is starting to get loud for their Lions. Destiny Dietz, opportunity to go up again. And it will be called.
They might call a travel violation, but yeah, it looks like they're going to follow through on that travel call on Destiny Dietz. Unfortunately, took a couple of steps too many down low. Left her wide open underneath the glass, and the ball goes back to the Mountaineers.
We'll see a couple substitutions. Chronic and Woolfolk will step out. Andolyn Hill and Alex Willis, the dynamic duo, both in their first years at Piedmont. Willis, the freshman, and Hill, the transfer from Young Harris College, just down the road. A little bit more down the road, about an hour away.
Also, somebody else who subbed in, number 13, Candy Henson's out there.
We do see Henson, so now we'll see what the Lions can do. It is a travel called by Henson, and Coach Purdy is not happy with her team. Just a silly call there, but an opportunity for her to do better when it comes to this defensive pressure now. High court press, but they decide to alleviate that pressure now. It's Spalding with the ball. Doesn't want to go for three. Now Merriweather puts it up for Linkayla James, and she tips it out once more. Has some words with the official, but it's his law, it's his land. We'll see more high court press from the Mountaineers, trying to get on the ball. Had an opportunity, but just doesn't get there. So now we'll see Hill, who looks like she's going to be playing in that post role, can do lots of things, can shoot from three, can shoot inside the paint. Looks like that'll be her role today, is inside the paint. Styles with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Will go up for three is Scott. Bounces twice, but bounces out. Now Spalding on the far side. Looks to make a move around Styles, goes up for two. A great block by Henson. Henson now with the ball on the far side of the court. Tries to go inside, has to drive against Linkayla James. Goes up, but doesn't get it. Rebounded by Willis. Henson once more decides to take her time with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Lions trying to make something happen here. No bounce passes, just up in the air. As we see Alex Willis pivoting. A jumper. Doesn't go the way of Andolyn Hill. Trying to find out who has the ball, and it will be Piedmont.
Interesting call on that jump call. It didn't really look like the Lions actually were able to grab the ball. It just looks like Berea was trying to find a way to get that pass around, but Henson able to flail her arms around and prevent any kind of pass from getting off, and the officials called the jump ball.
It's been a little bit chaotic as we'll enter our first timeout. I believe that timeout was called by Berea. We'll go into our first media timeout. It's been a little bit chaotic. Obviously, the Lions on top only by 4 with 6.5 minutes played in this game, wanting to do do better finishing-wise in terms of scoring than they did a couple days ago against Maryville. At one point, went 7 minutes without scoring. It was quite the defensive masterclass, I guess you can say, from Maryville, but also defensive masterclass from Piedmont, because Maryville in that 7-minute time span also went without scoring.
And we've seen that defensive masterclass on display for the Lions today. They've been shutting down the passing lanes. They've been finishing defensively. As we can see, no points by this extremely explosive Berea offense. They have nothing to show for at least half of the first quarter being gone. At the same time, they're shutting down passing lanes. They're getting steals. They're blocking shots. They are taking everything, any opportunity they can to force missed shots and get opportunities going back the other way.
In the last matchup that Piedmont played at Berea, it was Merriweather, James, and Satori that ran wild on them. Merriweather had 18 points on the day. James had 16 points on the day. Satori had 10. Dietz had 14. That was the leader for the Lions, but just not enough as they lost by a significant amount. We'll see a couple substitutes come in. Lou Woolfolk is back in the game, but it'll be Andolyn Hill with the ball now. Over to Alex Willis against Linkayla James. And that's great post duty. It was actually Alex Willis who was second in points for the Lions last time out against Berea with 13 points.
And Allen's taken away by Woolfolk because now the Lions go back the other way.
We'll see Alex Willis feeds it over to Hinson for three. Off the rim, but rebounded by Willis outside the arc. Woolfolk with the ball once again near the logo. Don't expect a three-point shot from her, but do expect her to direct traffic as she is now. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Alex Willis now with the ball, trying to drive into the paint, but good defense by James. Up for Andolyn Hill and will be fouled in the process. That'll send Hill to the line.
That'll be the first charged foul to, I can only assume it was Merriweather, so that'll be her first, and that'll be the team's second team foul in this first quarter, and Andolyn Hill will step up to the charity stripe.
We'll see a substitute. It'll be Kayla McClendon, the sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, stepping in for Berea as Hill goes for her first shot. Makes the score 7-0 Lions. The second shot goes up. Makes it 8.
Not at all surprising. Hill shooting 78% from the free throw line going into this matchup.
Hill at one point in the season was averaging a double-double, has decreased that just a little bit, is now averaging 8.9 and 8.3. A wonderful utility player acquired from Young Harris. She actually came up to me a couple weeks ago saying that she loved my commentary when I yelled, "Thank you, Young Harris," for the acquisition. So.
And Alex Willis, an impressive play by the freshman. She's been astounding all year.
As we see Colby Reed step into the game, goes for her first three. Her shot was rebounded by Alex Willis, and her shot, Willis's attempt, was rebounded by Linkayla James, who now comes over the timeline. Drea Satori trying to slow the game down, trying to get something in the hole for the Mountaineers. It'll be a step back three. Bounces everywhere but inside the hole. Now, Lou Woolfolk with the ball, trying to increase this offensive onslaught by the Lions. Over into the paint, can't quite get over the height that Berea has.
And now the Lions, they're looking to slow this down. They want to sop up as much of this clock as possible.
And you do what Coach Purdy says. She was just putting out a lot of words for her Lions. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Is attempt by Alex Willis, but doesn't go her way. Drea Satori now. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter as Lakin Styles heads up to the communications desk. Expect her to go in for a player like Woolfolk, perhaps. With the three-point shot goes up, still no points for the Mountaineers. Hinson now with the ball, decides to take it rather than Woolfolk, who typically is the playmaker for the Lions. Now Reed over to Woolfolk, 20 seconds on the shot clock, slowing down the tempo. Woolfolk with very nice handles around Satori, goes over to Hill, goes up for it, and just too much gravy. Satori now going at it with speed, but not too much. Being defended by Reed, one of the fifth-year seniors that decided to come back for her, is actually a graduate student in the athletic training program here at Piedmont. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Three-point attempt, decides to stay home from Drea Satori. Ball over to Linkayla James, blocked by Willis, but will be called a foul. Coach Purdy does not like that call, and I can't lie, I'm a little shocked that it was called as well.
I am a little shocked as well, but I guess from the referee's vantage point, Willis got a little more peach than she did orange.
It's a little bit too much, but we'll see the sub for Woolfolk out and Styles in. Drea Satori will step out. She's actually one of the highest players statistically when it comes to minutes in the Collegiate Conference in the South, and we will see the first point of the game with that free throw from James.
And Kayla James coming in 61 of 100 from the charity stripe. Make it 63 of 102.
More substitutes for the Lions. It'll be Dietz as well as Scott stepping in, Hill stepping out, and Reed.
What defense we've seen by the Lions, only holding the Mountaineers to just 2 points here in this first quarter. Absolutely impressive.
But they will have to keep that up as we're entering the beginning of the second quarter, because you know the Mountaineers won't stay quiet for long. Henson now trying to create some noise. Now here's Styles. Lou Woolfolk stepping out. Didn't get that many minutes in the game on Thursday. Was close near fouling out, so that's certainly one explanation. Expect her to be swapped in and out to try and keep high intensity here in this important game. The final game of the regular season before we enter Collegiate Conference of the South play, and it will be a charge against the Lions. Destiny Dietz falls to the ground, but she comes up with a smile on her face.
You could definitely tell that the Berea player was trying to get inside and draw that contact down low. She did. Unfortunately, Dietz had her feet set and drew the charge call. Already 2 charges drawn by Dietz and 3 team fouls for Berea.
Dietz playing very well so far. Like I said before, was the top scorer in the game before for the Lions against Berea. As we see Henson now, 35 seconds left on the clock, 20 on the shot clock. Seeing the Lions trying quickly to make something happen. Want to get into double digits before the end of the quarter.
Looks like it'll be a foul charged to Merriweather. It looks like it might have been a reach-in of some kind.
It won't be inside the paint, though, so it'll be Styles to inbound. Seeing a play call here, no one beyond the arc, as Willis goes up for it and is called for a charge. See the frustration on her face, but just a little bit too much by the freshman.
That was a good bounce back play by Berea, able to draw that charge call. I wasn't quite sure if the defender got her feet set, but I just call it as I see him. I don't make the calls.
One thing to note, Merriweather for Berea is already on 2 fouls. Don't want to see that early in the game, as we're seeing Berea quickly speeding up the play, trying to get something on the board, but a horrible giveaway over to Henson in the hands. 8 seconds left on the clock now. Styles with the ball, can go for 3, drives inside the paint. 3 seconds left, but is fouled in the process. We'll see Styles to the line.
Lakin Styles, a great cut to the basket, had the defender on her back hip and able to draw the contact going in for that layup. Much easier to try and get points from the charity stripe than it is on a buzzer beater. Very intelligent basketball by these Lions today.
Dalen Spalding will step in as Styles goes up for her first shot, makes the score from 8 to 9. 2.8 seconds left to go on the clock, so knock on some wood. Assuming Styles makes his second shot, there will be under 3 for Berea to play. She does make that shot, 10-2 the score now, and looks like Berea will just let the clock run out. So a great first quarter for the Lions on this senior day. Have to keep that up for 3 more, however, if they want anything out of this game, if they want to put that first tick, that first flaw in the loss column when it comes to Berea's conference season. Make sure you stay tuned as we'll enter the second quarter pretty soon. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube.
Welcome back to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Matt Kudrowski and Chloe Spradlin coming to you from Cave Arena. It's senior day for women's basketball, and they have shown up against the number one team in the conference. The Berea Mountaineers are undefeated in conference so far, but trail against your Lions 10-2 going into the second quarter. Berea getting started, and a missed layup there by Berea, and now a travel call by Ashley Scott trying to get a pass off.
Yeah, just a little bit of frustrating call on Ashley Scott. I think she just got a little bit too eager to go down the court, started to dribble, and suddenly just wanted to give the ball over to her teammate Lou Woolfolk, but doesn't go the way of the Lions.
Spalding feeds inside to Merriweather, who gets sandwiched between two Lions. Manages to try and get a shot off, but will draw the foul. The shot does not go. Merriweather will go to the free throw line to shoot two. The charity stripe's the only place where the Mountaineers have been able to get any points. And that trend will continue as now Merriweather converts her first. And a chance to go 2 for 2 here. And for the team, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And she does. So now 10-4 the score. Chronic will inbound the pass to Stiles. Stiles will feed it to Dietz. Dietz to Woolfolk over on the left wing. Lions getting set offensively. Woolfolk give to Chronic at the top of the key. Chronic feeds left to Scott. Scott manages to hold on to that pass. She'll work her way right. Stiles up top. Taken on by the Mountaineers. It's knocked loose again. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lions, but Lakin Stiles almost caught going back court there.
Yeah, it was just tipped away by Berea, but we're starting to see some better defense being played by Berea. One thing we've noticed from the stats from the first quarter is Berea only had 1 offensive rebound. Lions had 6 defensive rebounds. It's just got to be better if you're a Mountaineer, as we'll see a shot clock violation, and the ball will go to Berea.
And that's another block by Merriweather. She is playing great perimeter defense right now, absolutely shutting down Ashley Scott from deep. Berea getting set, circling right, and a give to the right corner. Back to the top of the key. It's fired off the front of the rim, rebounded by Bentley Chronic. Looks like it was Madison Howell who pulled up for Berea. Scott will get a rebound for the Lions. So coming from the top of the key, stop. A give to Woolfolk now. Woolfolk works her way inside, feeds it to Dietz. Dietz gets it off, but draws the contact.
And Dietz has done such a good job this entire game of finding space inside the paint, especially against the player that we're seeing sub in right now, Linkayla James, who's been exceptional defensively and offensively all season long. She's only a sophomore for Berea, and I had the pleasure of commentating this game last season as well. James is an absolute monster on the paint, goes harder in the paint than Wiz Khalifa in the early 2010s.
Oh my goodness. Dietz on her second free throw attempt. That one does not go. It's rebounded by Spalding. Spalding will look to carry it across for the Mountaineers. She's met by Stiles. Spalding gets across the timeline. And we'll give that one up to Ataya Moss. Moss covered by Stiles. A give to James, who pulls up from downtown. That one does not go. Fight for the rebound by the Mountaineers, and that was a very wonky shot that falls in no one's hands yet, but we will see a shot clock violation before that ball touches the boundaries. Oh my goodness, that one was very close.
Doesn't have to be pretty, but you gotta get it done. Great defensive work. Might have been a little chaotic at times, but now it's Lions ball, and Berea didn't get anything in the net, so no complaints from us.
Stiles with possession in the offensive zone. Give to the left post to Dietz. Dietz feeding it up high to Chronic down low. Chronic tries to lay it up and in, rebounded by James, and that... Yeah, you can see Chronic's reaction there. She knows that she probably should have gotten her hands out of there.
Yeah, it's a silly giveaway there, because now that just puts you in more danger. It would be the second team foul on the Lions. Bentley Chronic making the most of her minutes in this game. Obviously, it's senior day, so expect her to be getting more than she typically would, but she's been performing well in this matchup.
Moss feeds down low to James. James, in the face of the defense, gets the shot off. Rebounded by Spalding. A kick out to Merriweather. That one goes off the front of the rim, off the fingertips of Stiles, and that one will go out of bounds.
Merriweather is one of the best three-point shooters in the conference, actually is the best three-point shooter when it comes to 3 points hit per game with 2.8. It's a little bit stunning that she's not really hitting these. I think the Lions really doing a good job of taking advantage of the offensive woes that the Mountaineers are having right now.
Speaking of the Mountaineers offense, a feed to the right side, and we'll see a foul there, or not a foul, but we will see some kind of violation there, and we'll go back to
it was a 3-second violation inside the paint.
3-second call. Thank you, Grant Prather, our cameraman. Lakin Stiles and the Lions offense getting set. Lakin kicks it to Dietz, who feeds it back to Scott, who pulls up for three. That one doesn't go either. Ashley Scott still not able to get a three to go. And it looks like, is that a goaltending call?
It's called on Kayla James, trying to get a little clarification on what exactly the call was.
Looks like a technical.
And now we're seeing a conversation with the head coach of Berea, Trent Milby, in his 10th season with the coaches, protesting his players' innocence as Kayla James doesn't even go to the bench, goes to the bleachers right behind it.
I don't really know what happened there. It didn't look like any visible action, but I'm imagining if there was any kind of technical, it must have been something auditory, something that was said, but I'm not sure.
Well, it is a technical. We'll see Lakin Stiles go up to the line. There's no one you'd rather see go to the line for the Lions. Lakin Stiles, one of the most prolific with a 78 3-throw percentage, and it'll go up now, perhaps to 79.
And Stiles is already 2 for 2 from the charity stripe today, make it 3 for 3. James will have to step off for a little bit. James looks heated right now. And maybe a chance for her to cool off for a sec.
James stepping off, Moss stepping on as Stiles makes the second of her free throw opportunities.
Stiles now 4 for 4 from the charity stripe, and the Lions now lead 13-4 with 7:12 left here in the second quarter.
Despite the chaos, it's something to take advantage of for the Lions. You see Trent Milby, the head coach of Berea basketball, in disarray, frustrated, talking to the officials about that call. So let them be confused as the Lions can go down and score some points.
And when Kayla James, she's not even on the bench, she's on the bleachers. Woolfolk to inbound the pass for the Lions. Gets it to Stiles. And Stiles will take it across the timeline. Stiles works her way to the right wing. Looks for somebody to get open. She finds Henson. Henson feeds down low to Andolyn Hill. Hill, turnaround J, and it's good.
And that has been Hill's signature all season long. Right behind and being able to step away, get that 2-point shot. She's been excellent at that all year long.
The Lions recognizing that lack of prowess down low and taking advantage of it offensively. See a drive inside by, I believe it was Spalding. She'll draw a foul, and looks like she'll shoot two, as that one's going to be called on Andolyn Hill.
So it's 3 fouls each for each team. I feel like bonuses later in this game, not quite yet, obviously 6 minutes, 41 seconds left to go in the first half, but bonuses later in this game may come to be a big deal. Don't want to get into a free throw shooting battle with this Berea team. And you see the reason right there.
Spalding converts the first. Berea 5 for 5 from the free throw line. That's where they've gotten all of their points so far in this first half. Drea Satori substituted in. Second shot on the way by Spalding, and it's good. 6 of 6 for Berea. They have found a lot of comfort in that charity stripe, and they've converted every opportunity that they've had. Henson gives it to Woolfolk, now in the offensive zone. Woolfolk, long wing with Spalding. ISO call here. A give left to Scott. Scott working her way right. A give to Stiles over at the Lions logo. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Stiles spins her way in, draws some contact on from Satori, And Stiles will look to shoot 2 more free throws here.
Incredible footwork from Lakin Stiles, the fifth-year senior out of Tiger, Georgia. Just bounces her way, has a lot of strength that you wouldn't expect from a player with not as large a stature as some of the other players on this Lions offense, on this Lions team, but does a wonderful job of drawing 2 fouls.
And Stiles will convert 2 more free throws. She's now 6 for 6 from the charity stripe for the Lions.
And the Lions, if they wanted to get anything out of this game, needed a big game from that woman right there. Lakin Stiles didn't have the best performance last time out against Berea, only had 2 points to her name, has already way more than that in this contest.
And there's another air ball from this Berea offense. They just have not gotten a lot of shots to go that haven't been from the charity stripe. Scott with a pump fake, and that one goes. What a way to get your first bucket on senior day. Berea working the other way now. A give right to Moss. Moss driving her way in, looking for Merriweather in the right corner. Merriweather just gets it in, drives her way in through the paint, off the rim, rebounded by Henson. Good defense there. Stiles takes a tumble, but it appears to be okay. A give right to Scott, a give to Wolfalk, who will pull up from mid-range. Rebound by Satori, stripped away by Scott. Feed to Wolfalk, that one doesn't go either. Rebounded by Berea. Fight for the basketball, and a foul called. That one will go on Henson. That'll be Piedmont's 4th, so we've seen 4 team fouls from both sides here in the second quarter. Satori will inbound the pass for Berea. Stiles will come out as Chronic will substitute in for her on the Lions side. 19-6 is the score. 5:09 left here in the second quarter. Satori will walk it across the timeline. Actually, it's more of a brisk jog, if you will. Satori drives inside, covered by Wolfalk, and a foul call, a whistle blown. It looks like a foul called on Wolfalk. And it looks like now we have a timeout call.
Timeout called by Coach Purdy, just trying to get her team to stay calm, make sure they stay in control of this game. 6 points scored by Berea in 1.5 quarters. That is phenomenal from the Lions. For those who don't know or are just joining us, Berea in conference are 15-0. Today is the final game of the regular season. This is the championship rematchup from last season, and the Lions are coming out with something to prove.
And not only this, with a win, we neglected to bring this up at pregame, but with a win, the Lions would go into a tiebreaker with Maryville for 3rd place in the conference, and they would win that tiebreaker given the fact that the Lions won their last matchup against Maryville this season.
It's incredible and something we're seeing from the Lions. Once again, I have preached this every single time I've had the pleasure of calling the Lady Lions, is that they are the most successful when they are sharing the wealth. We've just got the most recent stat update for the game. It is total points, Destiny Dietz with 5, Lakin Stiles with 6, Andalyn Hill with 4, Alex Willis with 2, and Ashley Scott with 2. The Lions don't perform well when it's just one player getting all of their points. They are at their best when every player is, like I said, sharing the wealth. Everyone is getting on the score sheet, and that's exactly what they're doing today. Great start from the Lions as Drea Satori is up to the line.
Here's the first free throw shot on the way. That one goes. Berea 7 of 7 from the free throw line and 0 of 15 from the floor. Satori with the second shot. That one converts. So now Berea's 8 for 8. They've been perfect from the charity stripe today. Here's a feed, inbound pass to Wolfalk. Wolfalk to Dietz, who hands it off back to Wolfalk. Wolfalk drives inside to the paint, kicks it out right to Chronic. Chronic to Hill. Hill drives inside, lays it up and in.
Beautiful right-handed shot from Hill. Just hops up. Her 6-foot figure helps her get over so many of these players.
Lions lead by 13 with 4.5 left in the second quarter. Satori drives inside. A kick out left, pull up from behind the arc, and now converts. The first shot from the floor to convert for the Mountaineers. Courtesy of number 14, Nevaeh Bates. Gift Andolin Hill from the right post. She'll pull up. That one goes a little bit long. It's rebounded by Bates. So the Mountaineers, they convert their first shot from the floor. Satori coming inside. And she's blocked up front. That looked more like an up and down to me. But we'll continue. Satori goes cross court over to the left corner. Kick back out to Howell. Spalding will drive inside, kicks it back out to Bates. Bates with the shot off the front of the rim, rebounded by Chronic. Lou Wolfolk with it, being chased down from behind. She's met by Satori. The gift to Chronic, who pulls up from way downtown. Trying to channel her favorite player, Clay Thompson. Dietz with the rebound and gets the putback to go. 23-11 Lions lead with 3:20 left in the second quarter. Satori from the top of the key, she'll walk up. A kick out right to Howell. Howell pulls up for three. Bam! That one goes.
It's become a three-party here in Cave Arena, trying to take after, I'm sure so many of these players are aware of Caitlin Clark, saying, hey, we can beat Caitlin too.
Chronic now in the left wing. She'll give it up to Wolfolk at the top of the key. Under 3 minutes left. Andolin Hill feeds it down low to Henson over in the left charity stripe. And now we'll get a travel called on Henson there. And now if you're the Lions, now you're starting to see the mistakes start to hurt you a bit. You've given up 6 points on the past 2 possessions for Berea. And you haven't given up any points up until that point.
Seeing a massive substitutions coming in for Berea. Joyce McCollamusi steps in for Howell. And for the Lions, 3 players step in. Ashley Scott, Colby Reed, Lakin Stiles.
And you know who we haven't seen step onto the floor? Kayla James.
Haven't. It's been quite some time, and the Lions needing to take advantage of making sure that the #1 scoring player in the CCS is not on the court.
Berea looking to work inside. Feed to the left corner. Merriweather finds a way to get inside. Draws the charge call. Destiny Dietz draws 3 charge calls, canceling out any kind of points by this Berea offense.
Anytime Destiny Dietz is on the court, only thing she hears is da-na-na-na-na-na, because she's going to get that charge.
I love it. I absolutely love the wordplay. Here's a feed to Dietz. Dietz takes it across the timeline. Satori looks to track her down. Stiles able to tip it to Colby Reed. Reed gives it back to Stiles over on the left side. Stiles in the left wing, circles her way back right. 2:10 left here in the second quarter. Lions lead by 9. Stiles now at the right wing, a give right to Reed, and a travel called by Colby Reed.
Interesting travel call there. Looked to have a play call. It looked like the call was for Colby Reed to be the open player with the shot, but doesn't come off there, and another foul given up.
A substitution will come in for Berea, and Howell will inbound the pass to Satori. Satori takes it across the timeline. Lions get set defensively. Stiles works her way around a screen, works her way back to cover Howell. Howell, pass tipped by Henson. Lions aren't able to scoop it up, and that's a travel called there by Bates.
The Lions sideline, as well as every player in white on the court, immediately knew that was a travel. Great call from the official, saying right back at you. Needing to see both teams control their handles just a little bit more. Hopefully we'll see that here with some sort of discussion being had with the officials now with the communications desk.
Either way, that is a gift for the Lions to give that ball away on a travel call and then to immediately get it back on a travel call going the opposite way. The Lions have been making the most of their opportunities, and this is another great one here for them to try and convert.
Yeah,
Andolin Hill will come in, and it looks like she's going to inbound the pass as Henson's going to take to the bench.
Lions need to get back their offensive prowess that they had earlier in the game. Not too much to say for in their last few minutes, with 1 minute 39 seconds and counting left to go in the game.
Stiles underneath the basket, going for the reversal. Dietz tries to come in and take that one in. It'll go off the hand of Satori, apparently, and it looks like she will be overruled, and it goes back to Berea.
Yeah, I was a little confused when the official pointed the way for the Lions. Was confused at first, had no complaints, but it was the correct decision. The ball did go off of Destiny Dietz.
And Spalding will inbound the pass for Berea with 93 seconds left in the first half. We get to Satori. Satori will walk it across. She's covered by Stiles. Lakin Stiles stays with her. And then Howell will come in. She's blocked up front by Destiny Dietz again. Dietz, a gift to Hill. Hill to Stiles, now on the offensive zone. 1:10 left here in the second quarter. Ashley Scott on the right wing. Scott circles left, looking to shake Satori. Scott gives it right to Stiles. Stiles in the right wing, works her way left, tries to feed it down low to Andolyn Hill. She still got it, and a whistle called. As that one looks to be whistled on Howell, Andolyn Hill will go straight to the free throw line because we are in the bonus here in the second quarter.
Lou Woolfolk will sub in for Lakin Stiles, like for like swap here. Typically, Woolfolk likes to slow the game down a little bit. Stiles likes to speed it up, so makes sense with 55.7 seconds to go in the half that we'll see that substitute. More subs as well. Colby Reed steps out.
And Taya Moss will sub in for Howell. Andolyn Hill with her first of 2 free throw attempts here. She's got it. There's the first one. Lions now lead by 10 with under a minute left here in the second quarter. Second free throw on the way from Hill. That one doesn't go. Rebounded by the Mountaineers. Satori takes it across the timeline. She's covered by Woolfolk. 47 seconds left. Woolfolk still on her. Spalding, kick out left. Fires from 3, and what a shot there by Kayla McClendon. Woolfolk gets it to Andolyn Hill at the logo. Lou Woolfolk gets past the defenders, looks to lay it up and in, and she'll draw the foul. That one's going to go on, if I can see the number correctly, number 35.
That'll be Joyce McCollamuski. Have to forgive us with the numbers. There's dark blue numbers on top of black jerseys for Berea, which is
it's a sick look.
They look amazing.
It's just hard to read the numbers.
It's a commentator's nightmare.
These are the moments when we appreciate a nice little white outline around the numbers, you know?
That'd be lovely.
Satori takes it across the timeline. Lions lead by 9. 20 seconds left. Here in the second quarter, Satori will back off. Luke Lamusi sets the screen on Woolfolk. Satori will go inside. She's covered by Dietz. Severe size disadvantage. Off the back of the ring, rebounded by Hill. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Woolfolk from half court. Does not go.
It would be the first 3. That's the first 3-point attempt from the season for Lou Woolfolk. What a shot. What a finish that would have been. But instead, we go into halftime. Your Lions lead by a score of 26-17. An incredible incredible performance from the Lions. And we will now take some time to recognize all of our seniors. Before we begin that, we will honor our seniors from women's basketball that will acknowledge the 2 that returned for the Lions and continue their contributions from the team this season. From Tiger, Georgia, number 0, Lakin Stiles, and from Chiefland, Florida, number 14, Colby Reed, both taking their 5th years. Now, we would like to take a few moments and honor the 2024 Piedmont women's basketball senior class. These 4 seniors have made an impact with a pair of 4-year players, 1 3-year player, and a 2-year player. Over the course of the last 4 seasons, the group has held the Lions to 67-30 overall record and an incredible 45-13 mark in conference play. This includes a perfect 12-0 USA South campaign in 2020 through 2021 and a USA Southwest Division tournament final appearance that year as well. Last season, all 4 played a major role in a run to the Collegiate Conference of the South tournament final in the league's inaugural year. Overall, these 4 have combined for several academic all-conference appearances and 2 CSC academic all-district nods. Our first senior from Cleveland, Georgia, number 12, Bentley Cronick. Cronic has played in 61 games and made 6 starts over 4 seasons with the Lions. She has tallied over 225 points in her career and made over 40 three-pointers, including a career-high 24 last season. Bentley delivered a career-high 19 points at Wesleyan in January of 2023. Off the court, she's been a 3-time academic all-conference honoree. Cronic plans to graduate in May with a degree in secondary history education. From Cleveland, Georgia, Bentley Cronic.
Our next senior from Tiger, Georgia, number 40, Destiny Dietz. Destiny has appeared in 43 contests, including 23 starts over the past 2 seasons, after also playing 4 seasons for Piedmont Volleyball. Dietz has scored over 230 points in her career and has eclipsed the 200 career rebound mark as well. Last season, Dietz was second on the team with 138 rebounds, coming on late to play her best down the stretch as she earned CCS All-Tournament team honors during Piedmont's tournament run to the final. This season, Destiny recorded her first career double-double, scoring 16 points and grabbing 11 rebounds in a home win over Belhaven. Dietz plans to graduate in May with a degree in healthcare administration. From Tiger, Georgia, Destiny Dietz.
Our third senior from Flowery Branch, Georgia, number 11, Ashley Scott. Ashley has played in 50 games and made 46 starts during her 3 seasons at Piedmont. With 18 points against Maryville Thursday, Scott eclipsed the 500-point mark at Piedmont for her career. She's also made over 75 career three-pointers, leading the team this season from long range. Her breakout season in 2022 through 2023 included all CCS second-team honors and her first career Collegiate Conference of the South Player of the Week nod, coming on the heels of her career best 27 points in Piedmont's first ever Collegiate Conference of the South game, a narrow win at Belhaven. Off the court, she was named to the CCS All-Academic Team in 2023. Scott plans to graduate in May of 2025 with a degree in athletic training. From Flowery Branch, Georgia, Ashley Scott.
And our final senior from Gray, Georgia, number 3, Lou Woolfolk. Woolfolk has played in 90 games and made 70 starts over her 4 seasons with the program. She has scored over 400 points while adding over 300 rebounds and added nearly 300 assists in her career. Lou led the Lions in assists in each of her first 3 seasons and ranked second on the team this season. In her freshman campaign, Woolfolk dished out a career-high 10 assists in Piedmont's record-setting 138-112 win at Birmingham Southern in December of 2020. This season, she tallied a career-high 16 points in a win over Berea. Off the court, Lou has been named to the CSC Academic All-District team and is a 2-time Academic All-Conference selection. Woolfolk plans to graduate in May with a degree in nursing. From Gray, Georgia, Lou Woolfolk. One more round of applause for your Piedmont women's basketball senior class.
An incredible senior class Piedmont women's basketball has had, but it'd be even more wonderful if they could cap it off with a conference win. The conference tournament win last year, they came so close, even had multiple seniors from last year come back for their 5th years just so they can try and get it again. And if they perform anything like they have been in the first half during the Collegiate Conference of the South tournament, they might be chasing that first ring. 26-17, your Lions lead at halftime. We'll be right back with stats and the beginning of the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. My name is Chloe Spradlin. With me, Matt Kodrowski, and our wonderful cameraman, Grant Prather, all a part of Danielle Percival's staff here at Piedmont University Athletic Communications. It's senior day, and it's more than just a big game for the seniors. It's a big game for everyone involved. The visiting Berea Mountaineers are 15-0 in conference, but if they play like they did in that first half, that'll be the first tick in the loss column. Meanwhile, your Lions, before Thursday, were on a 4-game losing streak. Won at Berea on Thursday, and today, against their longtime foes, the Berea Mountaineers last year, who they lost in the conference championship to, they are beating them significantly. The score, 26-17 in favor of your Lions. We're going to bring you first half stats right before we go into the second half. Berea, no points inside of, if anything, that's not
nothing inside the arc.
Nothing inside the arc.
0 for 19 on anything that is not a three-point shot. They have been 3 for 6. Technically, they've been 3 for 8 this entire game from behind the arc.
The only thing
they've been perfect from the free throw line. 8 of 8.
To say the only thing going for Berea right now is that they are 8 of 8 from the line. Got a little crazy for them toward the end of the game with both teams inside the end of the half with both teams in the bonus. Meanwhile, for Piedmont, not been the most productive game offensively, but defensively, they have been spectacular. From the line, Lakin Styles perfect, 6 for 6. Lou Woolfolk also perfect, 2 for 2. No three-point shots made yet. Want to get your 2 3-point shooters, your big guns, Ashley Scott and Colby Reed, going from beyond the arc, especially as we go into conference play. We've got 8 days to go, 8 more days until we're at the championship game. Obviously, we got to get there first, but one can hope.
One can hope, but if the Lions can play the way that they've played that first half, you gotta feel good as a Lions fan.
You certainly do. As we hear the buzzer go, the starting second half lineup for the Lions will be Lakin Styles, Lou Woolfolk, Bentley Cronick, Ashley Scott, and Destiny Dietz. And for the Mountaineers, it'll be the same starting lineup that started the game. Linkayla James, Ataya Moss, Dalen Spalding, Jaden Merriweather, Andrea Satori, as Lou Woolfolk just crosses the timeline, and we enter second half play.
Lou Woolfolk still needs 3 assists to reach 300 in her career. She got nothing in that first half.
Still a good performance from all the Lions as we see Bentley Cronick with the ball now. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lakin Styles drives all the way over with the hook shot, but unsuccessful. Now to the other side, Drea Satori speeding up the pace, tries to go all the way down, but Lou Woolfolk with good defense. Rebounded by Dietz, now near side to Cronick. Goes for 3. Bounces everywhere but doesn't go in. Rebounded by Linkayla James, number 1 in the CCS when it comes to rebounding. Great block, but maybe not so great because it'll be a foul called on Bentley Cronick. Will send Spalding to the line.
Another situation where we see a Piedmont player going for that basketball and getting a little more peach than orange.
We'll see Spalding go for her first shot. Will it be the first miss? It will not be. 9 from 9 for the line now are the Mountaineers. Mountaineers holding 3 players back behind the timeline, trying to prevent any sort of fast break that's possible. 10 for 10 from the line, and we're already seeing high court press over to Ashley Scott, being defended by Spalding. To the other side now. Styles holds on over to Cronick. Quick passing from the Lions around the arc. Now 20 seconds left on the shot clock. What will Woolfolk do? We saw Woolfolk go for her first 3-point shot. Instead it'll be a long 2, but rebounded by James. Spalding quickly fast break to Merriweather, tries to go up for it, but it will be foul called on Lakin Styles. That's already the second with just over a minute played in the third quarter. Lions need to get it together just a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie. It seemed like Merriweather was able to sidestep around Styles pretty easily. I guess there was just some late contact there on that late push, and that's the first missed free throw we've seen all game.
So it is possible.
It is possible. It is not 100% automatic, but it is 99.9.
Sure is. Ashley Scott now with the ball. Long play over to Lakin Styles, who manages to keep it in, but goes straight to Linkayla James. Linkayla James couldn't move, or it would have been a double dribble, and now Drea Satori, #1 in the Collegiate Conference of the South when it comes to assists. See what she can do. Over to Moss, or pardon me, that's McClendon. And pardon me, that was Moss. Now the Lions with the ball need to get something on the board, have yet to score in the third quarter. Moss, Euro steps around, goes up. Linkayla James with the rebound, and will be fouled in the process.
I mean, there's not much better that the Lions could do other than get the rebound. That probably would have been the only thing they could have done better in that situation. But fouling James, it just secures that you don't get a solid putback option. But with how they've been shooting from inside the arc, you know, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world to let them go for that putback.
See a substitution. Lou Woolfolk steps out. Alex Willis steps in. Linkayla James, her first shot is in. Linkayla James, it's going to be hard to get any sort of rebound against her. Maybe you can just swat the ball away. Linkayla James standing at 6'2". She goes for her second, and she misses. An important miss for the Lions. Now it'll be Lakin Styles to play playmaker.
Keep in mind, though, Linkayla James did get assessed a technical foul in that first half. So only one more tee away from getting taken out of this game.
Perhaps the Lions can start drawing some more fouls as we see Destiny Dietz with the miss. She's a little bit frustrated there. We have the pleasure of one of Danielle Percival's other staff members, never on commentary, but always doing literally everything else. Paige Kluba come up to us. She's sophomore, somewhat of a junior, somewhat of a sophomore here at Piedmont on the women's soccer team. She came up and said, I need help with her photography class, wanting to find some players that get a lot of good reactions. And immediately, Matt and I both said, Destiny Dietz. And you could see the reactions all over her face as a great three-point shot brings the Mountaineers within 2. Now Dietz with the ball.
Mountaineers offense has woken up. Lions need to have their offense really hit some kind of third gear. They've been very slow so far.
You got to wonder what head coach Trent Milby said to his Mountaineers at halftime, because they have certainly woken up. Now, Styles, 3 seconds left on the shot clock, goes for a long hook shot. Wonderful finish from Lakin Styles. And it'll be a timeout called by Coach Jamie Purdy. Brings the lead up to 4, but at one point, we're leading by as much as 12.
Whew, let me get a tissue for that teardrop. That was an absolute beautiful shot there by Lakin Styles. Clock running out, defense all over her, able to convert. Lions go up by 2 possessions, and that is a huge, huge bucket for the Lions. Hopefully able to jumpstart some offense here in the second half.
Need to jumpstart some offense, because the way that Berea are playing, you could say they're a little ticked off about how that first half went. Specifically, the first quarter took them it took over 8 minutes for the Mountaineers to get some points on the board, and their first 8 points were from the line. We're 0 for 19 entering the third quarter from inside the arc, 3 for 8 from beyond, doing much better now. We'll see who has the ball to start off the end of that timeout called by Coach Purdy. Into the media timeout, and it will be Berea. Spalding with the ball. As we let the cheerleaders finish off, chanting green and gold, let's go. So we see men's basketball actually courtside. They have a game coming up. It's also their senior day. Make sure you stay tuned. At the end of this game, we'll highlight both women's basketball and the men's basketball seniors. Spalding now with the ball. As we see some unfortunate handles from Kayla McClendon. Looked to step back for a little bit, but just loses the ball, goes out of bounds, and we'll see a substitute. Andolyn Hill steps in, and
a little bit of grease got on that orange, and it just able to slip away from Bates' grasp. And Bates so close to that back line, it didn't take much for that ball to carry out.
So we see Andolyn Hill step in for Destiny Dietz, who's performed very well in this matchup. Leads the Lions with points with 7, actually tied with Andolyn Hill, 7 points each. Been a low-scoring affair for both sides, but still your Lions have the lead. Just a little bit of discombobulations from both of our players, and Kennedy Henson getting a mouthful from Coach Purdy. Coach Purdy, a very demanding coach, but she's one of those coaches where she's very tough on you, but you know it's because she cares so much about this team. Was actually a former Piedmont Lions basketball player for the university, was a two-sport athlete when she attended here in her undergraduate, graduated in 2000, and took a position in 2004. Was actually, fun fact, Mac, she was a two-sport athlete in basketball and softball, and she was coached by Coach Terry Martin, who is still the softball head coach, actually currently playing right now.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, Alex Willis now with the ball over to Andolyn Hill, but will be fouled before the ball can get to Hill. Have to see if that'll be played from the baseline, which it will be. Didn't quite get inside the paint.
They're also going to assess that foul to Merriweather. I thought for sure that was going to get assessed to James.
Merriweather, who's already high on fouls. I believe that would be her 4th of the game, so she's in some trouble. Now we see Scott, jumper, wonderful two-point shot from Ashley Scott. We see Howell step in for Merriweather. Now Drea Satori trying to make her way around Henson. Just outside the paint and opts to go for a long player outside the key. Drives inside the paint. Linkayla James for 2. Doesn't quite get it. Receives the rebound. Goes up for it again and makes do.
That was just a case where the Lions just needed to get the defensive rebound there. Allowing that offensive rebound allowed for an easy putback from James.
No player for Berea has more than 3 points. Lots of them are on the score sheet, but none with more than 3. Now we see Ashley Scott over to Andolyn Hill outside the arc. 7 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Goes up is Alex Willis. Now another 3-point shot. Bounces off, and it will be a shot clock violation. Drea Satori now with the ball, being chased down by Ashley Scott for the Lions. Lions slowing it up on defense. Occasionally like to go with that full court press, but instead opting for something a little bit more minimal. Ashley Scott to be playmaker. Lakin Stiles, Lou Woolfolk, nor Nene Eads are on the court right now, so usually the 4th option there will be Ashley Scott. A lot of bigs on the court. Actually, that's a lie. Lakin Stiles is on the court. Pardon me, forgive me.
Well, that's still a lot of bigs, even if one person who isn't big is like Lakin Stiles.
Yeah, Lakin Stiles, not big in terms of size, but very big in terms of her importance to this team. Leads them with minutes, and is actually in the top 3 in the Collegiate Conference of the South, leading the entire all players with minutes. 4-point lead for the Lions. 4 minutes, 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter as we enter yet another timeout. And if you're Coach Purdy, Matt, what are you saying to your Lions to try and propel them to the fourth quarter?
The big thing I would say is, hey, we know what we need to do, and it was everything that we did in that first half. Get back on defense, because you win when your opponent does not score. It is very easy to win a game when your opponent is not scoring. That way the game is in your hands. As long as they get back on defense, they can keep Berea off the scoreboard, and they can draw out this lead a little bit more, which is what we saw in that first quarter.
Berea still lethal from the line. Entered the half 8 from 8 from the line, now sit at 12 and 14. Both the Lions and Berea 12 and 14 from the line. Meanwhile, the Lions really needing to get hot from beyond the arc. 0 from 11. 5 attempts from Ashley Scott, who is the number 1 3-point shooter on this team. 3 attempts from Bentley Cronick, 2 from Kennedy Henson, 1 from Colby Reed. No success for any of them. See Andolyn Hill now to the line, up by 4. Opportunity to make them up by 6.
Yeah, perimeter offense has been kind of at a premium so far in this game. I don't know if there's a lid on the basket or if all the players are just shooting long, but we've seen quite a few air balls out there as well. More airs than I find at in the inside of my car tire.
Oh, goodness. It's a second shot miss from Andolyn Hill. Drops back, but it's really important for the Lions to, so we see something wrong here as the officials will speak.
Looks like it's a shot clock issue. So we'll let the shot clock go down to 27 seconds. will allow a very quick substitution.
It'll be Kayla McClendon stepping out. We'll see all the starters back on the court for Berea. But one thing about that three-point shooting from the Lions, two of the best three-point shooters in the entire Collegiate Conference of the South, Colby Reed and Ashley Scott. Reed on the bench currently, Ashley Scott number 11 on the near side of the court. So we see opportunity for Spalding, opts not to shoot, over to Kayla McClendon, up and in. Forgive me, that's not Kayla McClendon, that's Nevaeh Bates. We'll see Lou Woolfolk. But one thing about that three-point shooting, like I was saying, is when they get that three-point shooting going, they're able to expand their offense so much more because the defenders are so nervous about them going up for those three-point shots that they are able to fake it and play it to one of their post players like Alex Willis or Destiny Dietz.
It looks like a mouth guard or something might have fallen off of a player, and it looks like the official will just kick it off like a little kid kicks a rock.
Might want to throw away that mouth guard and get yourself a new one now. It's 4 minutes, 3 seconds left to go. Lions lead by 3. At one point led by 12. Offense not been too hot. So we'll see some high press from Lou Woolfolk, but opts to bring it back. Drea Satori taking her time. Over to Moss. Moss with the ball once more. Being defended by Willis. Man-to-man defense. Spalding for 3. Trying to see what the call is. It will send a player to the line. It'll be Linkayla James.
It looks like it's going to go on Andolyn Hill. I think she was in the paint for too long.
Looked like that will be the call. An important 2 shots for Linkayla James.
And that puts Berea in the bonus.
It's far too early to be inside the bonus. Lions really need to start drawing some more fouls so they can match them from the line. Because now it's become a 1-score game. Both teams been great from the line, but now that the Mountaineers have that bonus, this is going to become a very different ball game.
And Linkayla James just came off the court, which means it's time for the Lions to really pin their ears back and try and get some points down low.
We'll see if they can do that here with a shot from Ashley Scott, and it does fall. 3-point lead is restored. Lou Woolfolk chasing down Drea Satori as we see some high court press. No one inside the paint. Alex Willis now defending against McCullough Moosey. 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 3 is up and recovered by Andolyn Hill. Lou Woolfolk, you can just feel the tempo and the temperature in the room starting to rise. It's Kennedy Henson. Now inside, Alex Willis, the post, up for 2.
Once again, the Lions recognizing the advantage they have down low when Linkayla James is off the court. We might see an offensive explosion here late in the third.
We apologize for some technical difficulties we see on the stream. We'll make sure to keep updating you on the score. Currently, your Lions lead 35-30 as we see Spalding going outside. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Should be updated for you now. We apologize for that. And trying our best to get that better for you, but myself and Matt Kodrowski will do our best to keep you all updated. 35-30 to score with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Spalding goes up for a 2-point shot, her first of 2 shots. Second shot for Spalding goes up and goes in. Lions lead 35-32. Andolyn Hill over to Lou Woolfolk, who was fouled immediately. Call by the official. Good draw by Lou Woolfolk.
Now the Lions just need 2 more fouls to find themselves in the bonus as well.
Need to get themselves in the bonus to match Berea. 2 fouls away as Lou Woolfolk now. Lots of space around her. Enters the Lion logo and leaves it being defended by Satori. Satori, who's been rather quiet today, over to Ashley Scott, has had great jumpers. Maybe we'll see another, and we will. Wonderful job by Ashley Scott, who's had a great last couple minutes, coming up big time for her team.
She's been generating her offense from down low, very out
of her element.
Against the tendency that we usually see from her, usually pulling up from behind the arc. But good to see the versatility.
Lou Woolfolk now speeding up the tempo. Trying to find something. Andolyn Hill now back to Lou Woolfolk. Dribbles around Satori, goes up, but hits the backboard. Now Satori trying to make something happen, and wonderful defense by Kennedy Henson.
Satori, it looked like she was trying to draw a foul there on Henson, but in doing so, Satori just kind of lets the ball up into our poor statistician's table. But shout out to Liz Budikoff for keeping a good heads up.
Liz Budikoff sits in the front office here at Piedmont University. Also is here for every single Piedmont basketball game, men's and women's.
And it's also one of the sweetest people you will ever meet.
You'll also see her quite often at Casa Beriachi. At nights, yes. Every time I go to Casa to enjoy some Mexican food here in Habersham County, she's there. So we see 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Alex Willis over to Styles. 3-point shot! Goes off, but rebounded by the Lions. 2-point jumper. Not quite a jumper, but 2-point shot doesn't go the way of the Lions. As we see, the scoreboard is now updated for you all. We apologize for the technical difficulties we were having prior. 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Inside the paint goes a shot, swatted away by Alex Willis. Lions just needing to keep their composure a little bit, had good momentum. It's one thing to have the tempo up high. It's another thing to keep it too high where you can't contain it. Henson outside the arc, inside to Hill, who goes up. A couple fans calling for a foul, but nothing there. Now, inside is the shot goes up for Nevaeh Bates and falls. 3-point lead by the Lions now. 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And this game has my temperature rising and my heart pumping.
That was a great cut by Bates. Manages to find the tightest window to slip through.
Now Ashley Scott may be looking to go for three. Goes for it. And doesn't get it. Will go out. Last touched by Piedmont. 1.5 seconds left to go in the game. Last time Berea had an opportunity to have the ball and shoot for a long opportunity. They didn't go for it.
Right now it looks like the Berea head coach, Coach Trent Milby, trying to coach up his girls for something. A very important fourth quarter coming up. Lions have led the entire way. They lead 37-34 now.
Need to stay hot. Need to make sure that Kayla James, Jaden Merriweather, Andrea Satori, who I've called Bosch, James, and Wade in terms of Collegiate Conference of the South play, don't get firing. They've struggled throughout the entire game. Only points scored by James, 7 points for James, 6 points for Merriweather, 2 points for Satori, have been struggling all game long. Actually, Merriweather in foul trouble, so we've not seen too much of her. Lions want to make sure they stay out of foul trouble. Only no players close, many players with 2. None with 3. Satori has 3 fouls. James also has 3 fouls. Getting some fouls called from those 2 players, other 2 players, could perhaps in the game for the Lions. Those 3 players for Berea, Drea, Satori, and Merriweather, Satori, James, and Mayweather are so important that Berea team just may collapse if they don't get it.
Keep in mind, though, keep an eye on Nevaeh Bates. She's been a very under-the-radar scorer for these Mountaineers. 7 points so far. That's tied with Kayla James for the most here for the Berea Mountaineers. Styles and Scott and Andolyn Hill are all tied with the highest point performances out there on the floor. All 3 of them with 8. As now we're underway here with the fourth quarter. Satori hands off to Merriweather. A kick left to Moss. Moss to Spalding. Satori now in the right wing. Satori will get it to Spalding. Spalding to Hill in the left corner. Spalding will drive in from the top of the key. A floater off the back of the rim, rebounded by Henson. Henson going the other way with it now for the Lady Lions. A give to Stiles. When Kayla James is out there, Scott will drive in for the right wing, pulls up, and that one's in. A double-digit performance for Ashley Scott. Satori takes it across the timeline for Berea. They trail by 5. Satori over in the right post, down low, covered by Dietz. That one pops up, and it's taken away by Dietz. Ashley Scott will walk it across the timeline. A feed to Henson. Henson will pull up. An easy two-pointer on a pull-up J from the left post. Lions lead by 7. Fast offensive start here in the fourth quarter for the Lions. They have not stepped away from that gas pedal. Merriweather pulls up for 3 from the right side. That one pops up off of that back supporting post. When that happens, we call that out of bounds and out of the court of play. And Andelin Hill will inbound the pass for the Lions.
One thing to note for Berea, Jaden Merriweather, who is in foul trouble, one more foul and she is out, is in fact in the game, had that 3-point shot. Like we said before, 2 of the best players for Berea are also nearing foul trouble with 3 each, as James and Satori. Neither of them on their hottest games, so something to keep note of. Expect the Lions to start trying to draw some more fouls, especially from those players.
Hill goes for the lane, Dietz with the offensive rebound, but it looks like James gets in the way of the putback. Shot clock at 13 seconds. Henson with it. Stiles at the top of the key. Calls for Scott, and Scott at the top of the key. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 3, turnaround J from Scott. She gets it! Unbelievable performance by Ashley Scott. Has not converted a 3, but has not needed to. Leads all players on the court with 12 points. Satori, a give out. Merriweather feeds it down low to James. And it looked like Dietz tried to call a charge. Will not get the call. Hill, a give to Stiles. 7.5 left here in the fourth quarter. Lions lead by 7. Scott on the right wing, cycles through, gets it up off the back rim, and it looks like we'll see a foul called as Destiny Dietz takes a tumble to the hardwood.
What a game for Ashley Scott, leading all players with 12 points so far. That fadeaway jumper from just outside the paint has been her bread and butter against Berea Mountaineers this time out. One thing to note, this early in the game, it was a bit of a blowout. Berea are starting to come back, and the stats for both teams, especially in terms of rebounds, have been identical as we see Alex Willis up and in.
Alex Willis, the freshman, making her name known to Kayla James. A pull-up 3 from the right side. That one's short. And we'll see an attempted save from Nevaeh Bates. Unable to keep that one within wraps. Henson has to tie her shoe, and it looks like Lou Woolfolk will substitute in for her.
So we'll see Woolfolk and Stiles in, 2 very creative players. So expect to see a little bit of some different ideas from both players and Coach Purdy trying to try something new. And
Woolfolk does have 1 assist. She needs 2 more to have 300 for her career. And we will have a foul call, as it looks like a Berea player pretty much made a cornerback play that you would see out there on the NFL field. A little Jalen Ramsey type play, if you will, but unfortunately those rules don't apply to basketball. Woolfolk will inbound the pass, looks for Willis, it's stripped away by Bates. A give to Satori, who takes it across the timeline. Lions still lead by 9. Satori from the left wing. Wing on the offense to get settled, finds Bates over at the top of the key, and a give back to Satori. Satori down low to James, triple covered, and a foul called on Alex Willis. I can't say that I agree with that. They've been letting that kind of play go all game long.
Alex Willis putting her hands to her head, frustrated with that call. That'll be her 3rd, team's 1st. And one thing that Alex Willis, as dominant as she's been as a freshman, won the Collegiate Conference of the South Rookie of the Year award, or pardon me, Rookie of the Week award many times. Kayla James misses that first attempt. One thing that will come with time, of course, Alex Willis is a freshman, is just making sure that she keeps her composure and she'll only become a stronger player.
James will convert on the second free throw attempt. Lions lead by 9 yet again. Unless we haven't seen an update from the scoreboard. I don't think we have. I believe now it should be that they're up by 8. Woolfolk from the top of the key gives it right to Stiles. Stiles for Scott from the right corner for 3. That one off the rim, rebounded by Stiles. Stiles puts it back up off the back of the rim, rebounded by Willis. Willis in the face of Kayla James and gets the finish.
And 1.
She is a freshman, ladies and gentlemen, and she just made perhaps one of the biggest plays you'll see in this game, drawing the and one on Kayla James, the defensive force down low for Berea.
Now Kayla James enters foul trouble officially. One thing Trent Milby, the head coach of Berea, cannot afford is for 2 of his best players to be in foul trouble, especially this late into the game. 5 minutes, 50 seconds and counting, and Ashley Scott with a big play.
Big steal by Ashley Scott. A gift to Stiles. The Lions are up by 10 with 5:43 left here in the fourth quarter. Stiles now in the left wing. She's looking for the offense to get set. Kicks it right to Woolfolk. Woolfolk back to Stiles. A kick out to Scott over in the right corner. Scott drives inside, kicks it back out to Woolfolk. Andolin Hill drives in, loses it, tries to keep it alive, looking for teammates, and stripped away by Spalding, looking for Woolfolk. Spalding, 2-on-2 as Willis gets back. Lays it up and in the face of some good defense, good transition defense by Ashley Scott. Woolfolk finds Stiles. Stiles, press defense by the Mountaineers. Now we have a 3-on-2 almost. Stiles will back out. 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
Great decision by Lakin Stiles to just slow the game up a little bit. There's been a high tempo, but making sure that not only is the tempo high, but that they control that tempo. Berea's playing Piedmont's game, not the other way around.
Missed 3-point attempt by Ashley Scott. Bates drives inside, feeds it down low for James. They were good. That should have been called a travel call. They're going to call that on Andolin Hill. I cannot agree with that one. That was a very high shot. Andolin Hill was not physical at all with that. That was a stumble.
The Cave Crazies are letting the official know how they feel about that one. I don't have my coaching license, but at this very moment, I feel like I've got some words to say. Anyway, we'll go into a timeout, media timeout, 4:42 left to play in the game. 4:42 left to go in the regular season. Will Berea stay undefeated in conference, or will the Lions enter third place in the Collegiate Conference of the South standings? What a game we have on our hands, Matt.
What a game. The fact that the Lions have contested with the number 1 team in the conference to this degree, 47-39, the score right now, leading by 8. I mean, you're looking at 4... if I'm doing my math right, that's 3 possessions. That's 3 possible possessions that it could take for Berea to get back into this game. The Lions' defense has been astounding, and the offense has just been finding ways to reciprocate, whether that's down low, behind the arc, from the charity stripe, drawing fouls. They're doing everything that they can to try and get offensive points on the board.
And speaking of getting offensive points on the board, if there's anyone that's doing that better than anyone else, it's Ashley Scott. That fadeaway jumper outside the paint is serving her well. 15 points. She leads all players. In terms of Berea, Kayla James with 10. 6 of those points from the line. Berea with 2 players in foul trouble, 2 of their most important players that haven't been performing as well as they would like to. It's Jaden Merriweather and Drea Satori as another one is drained for Kayla James.
Kayla James has missed a couple of free throws here, and you would imagine if a miss happens here, we should hear some elation. That one was close, but James goes 2 for 2. Lions lead by 6. It's Hill going back and forth with Stiles. They do get across the timeline with a feed to Scott. Scott to Stiles at the Lions logo, and the Lions will look to slow things down here. Styles covered by Satori. Styles in the left wing. Styles feeds it right to Henson. Henson circling back right. Henson back to Styles. Styles tipped up by Satori. Berea goes the other way. Hill's tracking her down. Hill with the rejection.
Get that out of here.
Oh my goodness. Got rejected like a freshman asking out a senior to homecoming.
She sent that one back to... No way you just said that. She sent that one back to young Harris. Sent that one back to Berea, Kentucky.
Woo, rejected like a book left overdue.
Grant Prather, our cameraman right next to us, loved that one.
You kind of like that one too. Okay. Sometimes I can't believe the things I say. James down low will convert. It's now a 4-point game. Styles finds Hill. Under 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Do or die time. Hill for Henson. Henson in the left wing. Henson to Styles. Styles at the logo, looking to slow things down, but the Lions can't afford another turnover here. Henson to Scott. Scott feeds down low to Willis. Willis gets by James. That should be number 5, and that should be it for Linkayla James.
Linkayla James, who is the top scorer for Berea, is starting to hear the chants of na 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 goodbye.
On top of that, she leads the team in blocks. That should be foul number 5. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that it's foul number 4. Okay, never mind. It's foul number 4. Well, that's very close. She is in foul trouble, and so now we have 3 of the leading players for Berea in serious foul trouble right now. Styles, inbound pass to Henson in the left corner. 3.5 left in the fourth quarter. It's Scott at the top of the key. Feeds it down low to Hill. Hill looking for Dietz, and that one's a little high. Over the top of Dietz. A costly turnover. Goes back to Berea. Down by 2 possessions. Technically 1 if they get fouled on a 3 and make it. Satori covered by Styles. 3:16 left. Down low to James. James with the turnaround and converts it. It's a 1-possession game now. Styles feeds it for Henson. Henson has it. Henson weaving her way through traffic. Henson finds Styles. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Henson finds Styles. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Styles circling around. Lions are looking for any kind of open window for points. Henson covered by Satori. Styles 4, 3. Styles pulls up 2 off of a player. That went off of a Berea player. It stays with the Lions.
This game with 2 minutes, 39 seconds to play. Your Lions lead by 2. My heart is pounding, Matt.
It looks like there will be 1 second left on the shot clock for the Lions to try and get a play off.
And we'll see a timeout called by Coach Purdy to create that play, draw it up, and say this is what we're going to do. What a game we have on our hands. Been a couple wonderful games we've had recently here in Cave Arena. This past Thursday, I had the pleasure of calling both men's and women's basketball. Women against Maryville, the men's basketball against Covenant. And 2 great games. Men's basketball are currently on a 5-game win streak as they enter their final matchup of the season against Berea. Make sure you stay tuned because we will not only air that matchup here on Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, we will also highlight the seniors for both men's and women's basketball. It is senior day, and it's also the busiest day in Piedmont athletics this year so far. Softball with the tournament, baseball with the tournament, swim is away.
At conference,
the Independent South reigning champions, the women waiting to see if they will two-peat, and men were so close last year, waiting to see if they will better their chances this year. Tennis is away. Actually, women's tennis, believe it or not, just drove up to Kentucky 8 hours, found out that their games were canceled.
Wow.
They were all the way there, found out that their games were canceled, and so they just decided to make a couple snow minutes snowing up in Kentucky.
Wow.
Yeah, women's lacrosse is away at Averett. Last I checked, they were winning that game comfortably, and men's lacrosse also away for the weekend.
Well, when life gives you lemons,
Very busy
Watch
week.
Piedmont Sports.
Yeah, very busy week in Piedmont athletics, and a busy game here. A tense one, 2-point lead the Lions have against the 15-0 conference Berea Mountaineers.
1 second on this shot clock. One chance for the Lions to get a shot off here. What do you have drawn up if you're Coach Purdy?
I mean, I'm thinking you get it to one of your best players, Ashley Scott. Find her in open lane to get the shot off.
Finds Deeds. That one goes off the rim, off of a Berea player. And whoa, they're going to say it's a shot clock violation, but Deeds definitely got that shot off.
There is an opportunity for replay.
And we are that replay, technically. And it looks like they're going to follow through on a shot clock violation?
Trying to get some clarification on what's going on. We will see both officials go down to the communications desk for the replay. Hoping our cameraman, Grant Prather, did a good job there because we are the replay, like you said, Matt.
That's us. We are the replay. I wonder if they can hear us, too.
I think they think we're doing a good job.
Or they think we're absolutely bat crazy. I have no idea.
They're busy. I bet you they heard you talking about that freshman senior rejection.
Well, if one of them just starts rolling on the hardwood laughing or just looks at me with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson eyebrow raise, I'll know that was exactly what they just heard.
They're both
2:36 left.
They're both officials taking a look at that now. It's such an important point from the Lions if they go up. Or, excuse me, if the Lions have an opportunity to get the ball back, they have an opportunity to go up by two possessions. If they don't, then it'll be a one-possession game.
And if the Lions did in fact get that shot off, that ball went off the tips of Spalding and out of play. The ball should go back to the Lions if that shot did in fact get off, which we think it did.
We'll see.
And it looks like with the shake of the head from Coach Milby that was a missed shot, and it looks like they're going to void that shot clock violation.
Officials still having a conversation as we see Coach Purdy just giving some words of encouragement to her team. And it will be called in favor of the Lions.
And the Lions get the ball back because of the tip out. So shot clock resets to 20 seconds, and we're back in play. Stiles feeds it to Scott. Scott back to Stiles from the right corner. Open lane off the front of the rim. Henson tries to pull down the rebound. Goes off Satori in front of the bench. Ooh, did Satori's foot touch that back line? It looks like we got a timeout called.
Will be a timeout called. Looks like it'll be a media timeout, so a lot of time stoppages here, a lot of time for both teams to have some words with their team. Coach Purdy saying you need to finish the job, and Coach Milby for Berea saying let's keep that streak.
Oh, right there. Good job, pick it up. It's right there.
So we'll see both teams step back out.
Stiles will inbound the pass. 18 seconds left on the shot clock, 2:27 left in regulation. A feed to Dietz. Lions lead by 2. Henson gives it to Stiles. Stiles over at the Lions logo. Makes her way back left. She's covered by Satori. Stiles still with it, gets it to Henson. Henson pulls up for 3 off the back of the rim. Henson gets her own rebound. Satori tracks it down, knocks it out of bounds over at the Lions bench. Shot clock resets because that shot did hit the rim. 2:09 left. Lions have the ball with 18 seconds left on the shot clock.
And with the Lions, although they're not getting these shots in, they are doing a great job of keeping the game going.
Ashley Scott converts from downtown. Her second three-pointer made in this game, and the Lions lead by 5 with 1:53 left. Bates, down low for James. James, covered by Willis, draws the foul. No and one as that one does not convert. Willis really questioning that because she says, hey, I went straight up.
Questionable opportunity as Linkayla James, who is in fact still in foul trouble, goes to the line.
James misses the first.
An important miss.
Keeps this score at a comfortable 2-possession lead. James, the second free throw, will convert. Dietz will inbound. A minute 49 left. And counting. Styles gets it to Willis. Alex Willis. They're going to say it was a travel, but it looked like it was very close. It was very close. I wasn't quite sure if that back foot came up.
It was close, but yes, that was in fact a travel. Just, rookie mistake from the freshman Alex Willis. Now Lions still a 2-possession game, but need to play some heavy defense here.
94 seconds left here in regulation. Satori drives inside. Kick out to Spalding. Spalding loses it, but regains it. Covered by Scott. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Again to Satori. Over the top. That was like a pass from Mitch Trubisky when he was with the Bears.
Oh my goodness, what great defense from the Lions. Even if it's not, a direct block or a direct swat away, it's great work just to keep the Berea Mountaineers off their footing.
Styles at the logo. As we approach the last 60 seconds, Dietz pulls up, air ball. Willis keeps it alive, but it's kept alive by Merriweather. 62 seconds left in regulation. Satori has it, and the Lions lead by 4. Merriweather pulls up for 3. High bounce on the back of the rim. Rebound by Willis, gets hit in the head. That's a foul. Spalding went in for the rebound, catches the back of Willis's head instead. And the Lions are in the bonus. So Willis will go to shoot 2 free throws here with the Lions up by 4, a chance to go up by 6.
Lions 13 from 17 from the line. If there's any time that the Lions need to be lethal from shooting, it's right now.
And the first one goes. Lions now up by 5 against the number 1 team who's undefeated in conference. And now it goes as well. 6-point lead. Satori takes it across the timeline for the Mountaineers. Lions lead by 6. Drive inside. Miss. Is it a foul call? It looks like it is. And now we'll go on Lakin Styles.
Styles, second foul, 4th team foul.
Satori will go to the free throw line. She has not missed a free throw attempt yet.
And we will see Alex Willis, who has entered foul trouble, step out of the game.
First shot on the way. Misses off the side of the rim. Lead stays at 6. A make here would take it to 5. A rumble in Cave Arena. Miss again. Rebound by Andolin Hill. Timeout called.
Timeout called by Berea. They have 44.7 seconds to get 6 points. If they don't get anything on this next possession, then we might be seeing the downfall of the Berea dynasty.
And that was a very catastrophic missed 2 free throws. That would have taken it to 4 points. That would have taken it to a even closer 2-possession game. You're looking at the possibility of 1 possession if you're fouled on a 3-pointer and make it, which the chances of that are slim, but there are chances.
Chances that have gone awry all game long for Berea. In case you're just joining us, in the first half, Berea went 0 for 19 inside the arc. We're only perfect from the line. And it has just been great. It's been what a performance from the Lions.
And we'll see Henson inbound the pass for the Lions, finds Dietz. 43 seconds and a foul from Satori.
And that's Satori. That's out. She's done.
And Satori will take the walk to the bench, as we will see the freshman Atia Moss step in her place. Dietz will look to shoot 2 free throws here with a chance to push it to a 3-possession lead with make number 1. Here's the shot. Dietz converts a 3-possession lead for the Lions against the number 1 undefeated conference opponent in the CCS. And she converts the second. Dietz goes 2 for 2 instead of the Lions being up by 6 because of the 2 misses from Satori earlier. It's an 8-point lead with 42.5 seconds left in regulation on Senior Day.
Timeout called by Berea, and look at your Lions. They are starting to crack a little smile. It would take a major comeback for Berea to make something happen without one of their best players, Drea Satori, who has just fouled out.
Unbelievable defensive onslaught from the Lions.
Never count out Piedmont. It's not been their best season in the regular season, but with a win like this, going into the conference tournament, this changes everything because it matters what you do in the regular season, but not quite like it matters in the postseason.
With this win, the Lions would move up to 3rd in a tiebreaker against Maryville. Merriweather will inbound the pass. Clock is rolling. Mukalamusa rejected up front, taken by Dietz. Stiles has it. 34 seconds. 33. It's Henson. Henson will take the foul and shoot 2. 31 seconds, and the Lions lead by 8.
Get ready for the longest 31.4 seconds in your lives, Lions fans, because expect foul after foul after foul as we see Alex Willis stepping out for Lou Woolfolk. She is in foul trouble. Expect her to just be kind of subbed in and subbed out frequently in this next half of a minute.
First shot on the way by Henson is good. A 9-point lead and a chance to make it a 4-possession game. Henson, second free throw underway, is good. A 10-point lead for the Lions, 30 seconds left. Berea taking it into the offensive zone. It's James. She pulls up for 3. Good. A give to Stiles, who's immediately fouled by Spalding.
Wonderful 3-point shot from Linkayla James. Just pulls up. She's just really one of those great all-around players, despite what is looking to be a grim day for the Mountaineers. She's had a good performance, leads all Berea players with 15 points and 12 rebounds, a double-double, but looking to be not enough.
Stiles, one of the best free throw shooters on the roster for the Lions, will shoot 2. And the first one is good. Or maybe both were good. Lions are up by 8, 20 seconds left. Merriweather, actually Spalding drives inside, it's knocked loose, stays with the Mountaineers. 13 seconds left, and the Lions lead by 8 against the undefeated conference opponent, Berea Mountaineers. This would be the ultimate revenge. Taken away by Stiles, it's knocked loose. They're going to call a foul. It looks like it's going to be called on Woolfolk.
And that puts Berea in the bonus, so now every foul will send them to the line.
12 seconds left, and Merriweather will shoot 2 here. She converts on the first one. It's now a 7-point game. A make here will take it to 2 possessions with 12 seconds left. And she does not. Rebounded by Henson. And a foul called. Actually, timeout. My mistake.
Timeout called by Coach Purdy. 11.3 seconds, 7-point game. It's close, but it's not quite that close. It's a weird in between where
it's close enough for anything to happen, but it's not close enough to lose comfort.
Exactly. They've got a couple cushions with the 3-possession game, but they've got not enough cushion for them to feel like they have this one in the bag. We see Coach Purdy drawing up a play, giving some words of encouragement, telling them to finish it out, and in the event that they do finish this out with the win, you can imagine Coach Purdy will say, hey, you can celebrate, but have some class with the celebration because we've got a whole long road ahead of us with conference tournament play.
The teams take back to the hardwood. Hensing will substitute it in. Hensing with the inbound pass on the way. 11 seconds left. Lions lead by 7. Henson finds Scott. Mountaineers back off. They don't want her at the line. Get to Stiles, and they're going to let it go. Piedmont upsets number 1, undefeated in conference. Berea Mountaineers as the Lions storm the court. 57-50 or final score at Cave Arena.
And you see the Lions getting into a massive celebration. What a victory to send us in to conference tournament play. As of right now, or as of the pregame, the Piedmont sat in 4th place. This win will take them into a tiebreaker with Maryville College. We'll have to see how they performed on their last game of the season, but there will definitely be a Lions game hosted here in the playoffs, perhaps even more. Great season, regular season from your Lady Lions, and we will take this time to thank our seniors who have done so much, not only in this season, but also in all of their seasons at Piedmont. We'll start off with the women. We'll take a short break, and then we will go with the men as well. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, before we honor our seniors for women's basketball, we would like to take time to recognize these two who returned for the Lions and continue their contributions for the team this season. From Tiger, Georgia, number 0, Lakin Stiles, and from Chiefland, Florida, number 14, Colby Reed. Now we would like to take a few moments and honor the 2024 Piedmont women's basketball senior class. These 4 seniors have made an impact with a pair of 4-year players, one 3-year player, and a 2-year player. Over the course of the last 4 seasons, the group has helped the Lions to a 67-30 overall record and an incredible 45-13 mark in conference play. This includes a perfect 12-0 USA South campaign in 2020 through 2021 and a USA Southwest Division tournament final appearance that year as well. Last season, all 4 played a major role in a run to the CCS tournament final in the league's inaugural year. Overall, these 4 have combined for 7 academic all-conference appearances and 2 CSC academic all-district nods. Our first senior from Cleveland, Georgia is number 12, Bentley Cronick. Cronick has played in 61 games and made 6 starts over 4 seasons with Piedmont. She has tallied over 225 points in her career and has made over 40 three-pointers, including a career-high 24 last season. Bentley has delivered a career-high 19 points at Wesleyan in January of 2023. Off the court, she has been a 3-time academic all-conference honoree. Cronick plans to graduate in May with a degree in secondary history education. From Cleveland, Georgia, Bentley Cronick.
Our next senior from Tiger, Georgia is number 40, Destiny Dietz. Destiny has appeared in 43 contests, including 23 starts over the past 2 seasons, after also playing 4 seasons for Piedmont Volleyball. Dietz has scored over 230 points in her career and has eclipsed the 200 career rebound mark as well. Last season, Dietz was second on the team with 138 rebounds, coming on late to play her best down the stretch as she earned CCS All-Tournament team honors during Piedmont's tournament run to the final. This season, Destiny recorded her first career double-double, scoring 16 points and grabbing 11 rebounds in a home win over Belhaven. Dietz plans to graduate in May with a degree in healthcare administration. From Tiger, Georgia, Destiny Dietz.
Our third senior from Flowery Branch, Georgia is number 11, Ashley Scott. Ashley has played in 50 games and made 46 starts during her 3 seasons at Piedmont. With 18 points against Maryville on Thursday, Scott eclipsed the 500-point mark for Piedmont for her career. She has also made over 75 career three-pointers, leading the team this season from long range. Her breakout season in 2022 through 2023 included all CCS second-team honors and her first career CCS Player of the Week nod. Piedmont. Coming on the heels of her career best 27 points in Piedmont's first ever CCS game, a narrow win at Belhaven. Off the court, she was named to a CCS All-Academic team in 2023. Scott plans to graduate in May of 2025 with a degree in athletic training. From Flowery Branch, Georgia, Ashley Scott.
And our final senior from Gray, Georgia, number 3, Lou Woolfolk. Woolfolk has played in 90 games and made 70 starts over her 4 seasons with the program. She has scored over 400 points while adding over 300 rebounds and added nearly 300 assists in her career. Lou led the Lions in assists in each of her first 3 seasons and ranked second on the team in this season. In her freshman campaign, Woolfolk dished out a career-high 10 assists in Piedmont's record-setting 138-112 win at Birmingham Southern in December of 2020. This season, she tallied a career-high 16 points in a win over Berea. Off the court, Lou has been named to the CSC Academic All-District team and is a 2-time Academic All-Conference selection. Woolfolk plans to graduate in May with a degree in nursing. From Gray, Georgia, Lou Woolfolk. One more round of applause for your Piedmont women's basketball senior class.
It was a great game. Your Lions defeated the Berea College Mountaineers 57-50, ending the Berea College reign over the CCS. They were 15-0. Now they're 15-1. We'll be right back. Make sure you stay tuned with us on this particular live stream because we will come back with highlights for the senior men's basketball team. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. My name is Chloe Spradlin. With me, Matt Kodrowski, and on our cameraman is Grant Prather, all a part of Danielle Percival's athletic communication staff. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, before we honor our seniors for men's basketball, we would like to take time to recognize Ryan Jolly, who returned for the Lions and became a member of the 1,000-point club at Piedmont this season. Jolly scored his 1,000th point as a Lion with his first basket of the game against Bob Jones on December 5th inside Cave Arena. Jolly has been a force to be reckoned with as a Lion, and his contributions both on and off the court will be missed. Congratulations, Ryan. Now, we'll actually take time to continue to recognize Ryan Jolly on your screen, and then now, we would like to take a few moments to recognize the 2023-2024 Piedmont University men's basketball senior class. This group has been with Piedmont for various lengths of time, but over the course of the last 4 years, they have been significant contributors for the Lions. In total, this group has amassed 47 wins, including 20 in conference play and 23 on the home court inside of Cave Arena. This group advanced to the CCS semifinals last year after a thrilling victory on the road to Berea in double overtime in the quarterfinals, who they are about to play. Our first senior from Atlanta, Georgia, number 1, Joe Hellenbrook. Hellenbrook is a 4-year member of the team, appearing in a total of 62 games and starting 24, with all but one of those starts coming in his senior year this season. Hellenbrook has earned time off the bench as a sophomore and junior, continuing to increase his role within the team before becoming an everyday starter this season. He has a career-high 172 points this season, but has made his greatest impact defensively. Hellenbrook snagged a career-best 23 rebounds against Brevard in December and leads the team in total rebounds with 222 this season, averaging just under 10 per game. His 23 rebounds were not only a career best, but also a program record for the Lions. Hellenbrook plans to graduate in May with a degree in business administration with a concentration in management. For one of the final times in Cave Arena, from Atlanta, Georgia, Joe Hellenbrook.
Our next senior from Lake Mary, Florida, number 4, Noah Reardon. Reardon has been a key contributor for the Lions throughout his career, stepping up as a sophomore to make 10 starts after injuries plagued Piedmont. His career high in points came in that sophomore season against Huntington as he added 29 points, making 5 three-pointers. That year, he finished 3rd on the team in points scored and topped that by being 2nd on the team in points last year. Reardon has averaged scoring in double figures over the last 2 seasons, including 13 points per game average this year, the highest of his career. He leads the team with 55 three-pointers this year with a total of 127 in his career. He has tallied over 750 points in his 4 seasons and has a career-high 69 assists this year. Reardon earned CCS All-Conference honors last season and plans to graduate in May with a degree in business administration with concentrations in management and marketing. One more time for the senior from Lake Mary, Florida. Give it up for Noah Reardon.
Our next senior from Charleston, South Carolina, number 31, Devin Dean. A transfer who spent 2 seasons with the Lions, Dean made his impact quickly, appearing in all 51 contests since joining the team. He's earned 38 starts and finished 3rd on the team in points scored a season ago with 263. One of his most impressive performances of his career with Piedmont came in the CCS tournament quarterfinals at Berea last year. Dean scored 20 points against the Mountaineers in a double overtime win for the Lions as he and teammate Ryan Jolly combined to score 32 of Piedmont's 34 points in the second half. Dean earned CCS All-Conference honors last year on the second team listing and was a member of the NABC Honors Court. He plans to graduate in December with a degree in psychology. Lions fans from Charleston, South Carolina, number 31, Devin Dean.
Our next senior from Flowery Branch, Georgia, number 32. Welcome back. We apologize. We had some technical difficulties, but we'd like to continue with the rest of the recognition for our men's basketball players, seniors. Our next senior from Flowery Branch, Georgia is number 32, Jesse Harbin. Jesse Harbin is a 2-year member of the Lions team coming after his career at South Georgia State College. He has appeared in 19 games during his career. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we finally got everything working okay. We will now continue with the Senior Day recognitions. Our next senior from Flowery Branch, Georgia is number 32, Jesse Harbin. Jesse Harbin is a 2-year member of the Lions team coming after his career at South Georgia State College. He has appeared in 19 games during his career, including 10 this season. He played a season-high 11 minutes against Warren Wilson in a record-setting night for the Lions as Piedmont totaled a program-best 122 points against the Owls. Harbin has added 17 points off the bench this season and 10 rebounds. He is an NABC Honors Corps member and plans to graduate in May with a degree in physics. Lions fans from Flowery Branch, Georgia, let's hear it for Jesse Harbin.
And our final senior from Richmond, Virginia, number 20, Jeremiah Carter Johnson. As a graduate transfer, Jeremiah Carter Johnson joined the Lions for his final season of competition, appearing in 24 contests and earning 3 starts. He has totaled over 80 points for the Lions while adding 75 rebounds. He's also managed 19 steals and totaled 16 assists. Against Maryville, he scored a season-high 8 points, going 4 of 5 from the floor and adding 7 rebounds. Some of his best work has come in conference play with a season-high 9 rebounds against Covenant and just 13 minutes of work. Carter Johnson is set to graduate in December with his master's in business administration. Let's hear it from Richmond, Virginia, number 20, Jeremiah Carter Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, your Piedmont men's basketball 2023-2024 senior class. We apologize for the frequent technical difficulties. It's very busy here at Piedmont University with many sports going on, many people walking in and out of Cave Arena. Please stay tuned for Piedmont men's basketball's upcoming contest, their final game of the regular season against Berea College. And as always, go Lions.